guys? Today I'm going to be doing a video on showing you all how to tie up a Carolina rig. I haven't used this setup very much at all, but it's kind of that time of year that I want to actually start using it, and I'm going to tie it up on one of my rods here, and I'm going to bring you guys along and show you how to do it. So this right here is pretty much the main stuff you need. The hook, I like to use, something with a little bend on it like that. This right here is an extra wide gap hook. It's got this little arch down here, be good for hook sets. So that's what kind of hook I need. A lot of people are different, and they use different hooks. I like an extra wide gap hook. So the sinkers, I'm just using these egg sinkers here. There's one I'm using. Just, what is this, like an ounce? Yeah, it's 1 ounce egg sinkers there. And then, obviously, you gotta have your swivels. So I'll just get some real cheap swivels like that. Some barrel swivels. They work nice. And then any kind of metal, glass, plastic beads like this. These are the glass ones, but you just get some kind of beads like this that goes on your Carolina rig as well. And then you pretty much choose your bait. I'm just using this little crawl. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to rig it up, and let's get on with it. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get to tying this Carolina rig up. One thing I forgot to mention is sometimes people will like to use a bullet weight like that one. Some people do. Me and my buddy, we like the egg sinker. Like I was saying before, that thing does not want to stay still. There we go. But we like the egg sinker. That's what I'm going to be putting on here. So we'll go ahead and get started. So what you want to do is you want to put your bullet weight or your egg sinker on first. There we go. So you put that on there first. The next will be your beads, whichever you pick, glass, plastic, metal, it doesn't matter. And the reason you put these beads on here is because whenever you're dragging it across the bottom, it will hit the sinker and it'll make like a little clicking sound, like that. And it'll also keep your egg sinker from hitting down to your hook, damaging your knot, and causing you to lose bigger fish. So that's the main reason why I use the bead, just because it creates that little clicking sound. It'll attract the fish's attention, and then they see whatever bait you have on there, and that's what gets them riled up and hits it. Of course, these things are not going to sit still whatsoever. You guys see that there? Egg sinker, then the bead. Okay, well, I got to get to this bag, so that's not going to work. There we go. Okay, next you want to put your swivels. You want to get one barrel swivel here, and then you want to tie one end. You want to tie one end up for right now. So let's go ahead and do that here. Any kind of knot will work. I'm going to use just a square knot. Any knot will work. Okay. So we can go ahead and cut that tag off of there. It's usually what I do, then just put a leader on it. If you make it a big enough tag, you can probably use that, cut it off and then tie it at the bottom. But no matter what, you have to have your line right here to your egg sinker and your bead tied on one end of that barrel swivel, and then on the other end you got to have your leader line going to whatever hook that you choose. So that's another step that you got to take there. I'll go ahead and get my leader line out and go ahead and tie that up and show you guys that. Alright, so now we got our leader line here. I use leader line, you know, fluorocarbon. You guys probably can't see that, but anywhere from, you know, about 16 inches to 20 inches, something like that is what leader line I like to use. I also pick fluorocarbon just because it is very strong, and mono tends to stretch quite a bit, which dragging this much weight across the bottom like that, you know, stretching whenever you try to set a hook on a fish is probably not ideal for this kind of setup. So that's why I went with fluorocarbon. And you don't, I mean, a lot of people will use braid, but the only reason I don't want to use braid is just because the fish is going to be able to see it a whole lot easier, just depending on you know, the water clarity anyway. But it's tied up like that. Let me cut the tag off with this. Kind of made it just a little short, but it'll still work just perfect. Alright, so it's on the other end of the barrel swivel there. You see that? Okay. So now we're going to tie our hook on. You can tie any kind of knot that you would like. You know, it's just for your preference. I'm going to tie the polymer knot. That's the kind of knot that I'd like on this kind of setup. So let's tie this here. Probably a little short. Yeah, I may have to go with a square knot here. I'm going to end up way too short in my leader line. That's perfectly fine. I've had plenty of square knots hold really good. But you tie on your hook any way you would like. Okay, there we go. And then let's cut the tag off of that. And there we go. We got the Carolina rig. It's just the egg weight, the bead, the barrel swivel, and your hook. So that's pretty much it. And then, you know, you tie on whatever bait you would like. I'm using this little creature crawl here. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. If you guys like the video and you want to see more how-tos on rigging stuff, how to fish stuff, then I'll definitely show you that. Get the camera set back up here. But yeah, if you guys like that, then just let me know. Comment down below, like this video, hit the subscribe button. I'll definitely be doing more. Catch you guys later.